Um, so I guess just starting with, have you been officially briefed on what happened yet?
No, but um, I've had somebody who works with Representative Mike Kelly, who was there at the event, contact me as what was going on. That's what I have to add, if you will, relative to the press reports and the kind of Twitter accounts, which are just flooding right now.
What did he describe to you?
He said that one, it was chaotic, but that it was chaotic even before they started. They had 50,000 people at the last event, and the venue chosen for this only held 7,000. So the roads were packed. There was a lot of excitement, but there was just a lot of kind of pressing together. I asked, was there anything like, fights or anything? Nothing like that. It's just there's a lot of people wanted to come in to too small of a location. But aside from that, he also wanted to tell me that Representative Mike Kelly was okay, and of course, I'm very happy about that.
What was your first reaction when you heard about this?
It's terrible. I actually remember going to medical school in New Orleans when Ronald Reagan was shot, and it's the same sort of thing. Somebody is trying to influence the course of our country by political violence. All violence is wrong, but political violence, particularly against a president or a presidential candidate, is the worst because it doesn't just affect that person who's hurt; it affects us all. This is just aside from the loss of life of the person who was shot. Apparently, there's a bystander who was killed. The very fact that someone tries to influence the future of our country by political assassination is awful. I'm almost sorry the shooter is not is already dead, because it would allow us to just kind of make an example of why this should never ever happen.
And of course, this is getting very, very close to the election. Do you think this is going to have any kind of impact on the course of the election or campaigning?
I think it's too soon, but also probably not the right moment to talk about the politics of this. And frankly, we still don't know how President Trump is. They've put out a report that he's okay, but my wife, who's a retired trauma surgeon, talked about, okay, depending upon the caliber of the bullet, when it hits here, it can actually have an impact just relative to the mass of the bullet. Now, someone said it was a 22. That's a small caliber bullet that has less of an impact than a larger slug, if you will. But there still can be ear problems. You can see the cut upon his face. There can still be some sort of inner ear problem associated with that. So pray for the family of the bystander who was shot. Pray for those who are wounded. But pray trust President Trump. Whatever you think about the guy, this is not a time to carry a grudge. This is a time to hope for the best.